I'm going to challenge you. Ready for this?
Yeah, challenge me.
We might have to do like one of the, the swear buckets that people have in their house? Whenever somebody says a swear, you got to put $1 in or something. Maybe we might have to do this.
What's the word?
Just.
Just, I know.
Dave says just. You do a little check mark. Cha-ching.
The just counter.
Good afternoon. Speaking.
Hey, this is David Senton. How's your day going?
Not too bad. Yourself?
It's going good. I can't complain. So taking a look, I just came across your listing in Brockton.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just trying to get some more information because it's really not much for me to find on here. What can we do to work together so we can get a deal done here?
I'd say number one, take a look at it first. You know what I mean? I work with investors a lot. I kind of understand what they're looking for. I want you to take a look at it first because the seller's kind of tight on the number. It's going to be very, very difficult for them to budge. So I'd say take a look at it, see if the numbers work for you, see if the numbers work for you, and we can get the ball rolling from there. As of right now, I don't have any offers, so I'd like to get you in there as soon as possible, if possible.
I would love the opportunity to go take a look at it, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm tied up tomorrow morning. I have some showings tomorrow evening. If you don't mind piggybacking on top of one of those. I believe I have an appointment in between 2:30 and 3 o'clock. Would that work for you, or that doesn't work for you?
So I will say I do have a appointment at 3 o'clock tomorrow in.
Okay.
Now, so just so that you're aware, I'm not a real estate agent. I'm just an investor. So I don't have access to the MLS. So I don't know if you have any disclosures or anything on the property that I could briefly just take a look at so I can get an understanding of at least the condition of the property.
It just needs work. It's a good sized house. Yeah, it just needs to me. It just needs cosmetic. You know what I mean? The regular stuff. It doesn't need anything major. You're not tearing any walls down or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It just needs to be fixed up. To be honest, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. How's, like, for example, roof systems, stuff like that? Because I mean, pretty much all the houses that I get myself into, they all need cosmetic, they all need interior renos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the biggest factor for me is really the most costly part of those jobs, which are, systems having to be replaced, roof or windows having to be replaced.
He shared with me that the roof was replaced, I think the backside of the roof, no more than 7 years old altogether. He said one part of the roof was repaired 5 years ago. Another part of the roof was repaired 2 years ago. So the heating system, I ain't seen any problems with the heating system. Other than that, like I said, to me, it's just mostly cosmetics. It needs a lot of work, to be honest with you. Like I said, I work with a lot of investors, so I kind of know what they're looking for. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I definitely, because everyone investor, you know what I mean, has a different goal. You know what I mean? So I definitely like for you to take a look at it and see if it would fit for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I couldn't agree more. I mean, it's important for you to get your eyes on it. So I would love the opportunity to get in there and take a look at it.
If 3 o'clock doesn't work for you, if you're tied up at home, you have another appointment at 5 o'clock. So if one of those would work for you in order to view tomorrow.
I don't want to confirm anything now. Let me just double check my schedule and make sure that does in fact work. The 5 o'clock one definitely seems to be better for my schedule than 3. So
okay.
What I'll do is I'll give you a call back in the morning and I'll confirm the exact time then. And I know you said that the seller said that they're pretty tight on the price. Do you think there's like any wiggle room here whatsoever?
I'd say, you know what? I'd say best bet is if there is an interest, submit an offer. If something's in writing, then I probably have a better chance of trying to make something happen. You know what I mean? So I say that'd be the best bet.
Okay. Let's do this, Dylan. Let me go ahead. I'll give you a call tomorrow. I'll go ahead and I'll confirm when I can come, and I'll try to do as much due diligence as I can in the meantime. Okay. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll go from there.
That works. I'm not going to be available tomorrow morning via phone, so if you shoot me a text, I'll respond right away.
That's perfect. I have no problem with that.
All right. Appreciate your time, my man.
All right. Sounds good, Sterling. Talk to you tomorrow.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Oh, man. I was keeping a track.
How many justs?
I lost count.
No, come on. You have one line there.
That's how you started out there.
I know.
And then I lost track. Bro, this is, oh my gosh. What are your thoughts on that call?
It was atrocious.
Not really. I wouldn't say atrocious.
I didn't think it was good. I mean, he essentially just arbitrarily kept going around my questions to just get me to agree to go to the property. Even when I agreed to go to the property, I asked about if there's any wiggle room on the price. He was like, yeah, well, why don't you put an offer in first? I'll have something better with that. Like, it was, I didn't get any of my questions answered whatsoever. Actually, I let him essentially control the conversation, is really to sum it up what happened.
Well, what do you think we could do to fix that?
In my eyes, like, I just, especially like on a first call, like I kind of like I want to come across confident, but at the same time like mirroring him. I'm not trying to like offset. Like I'm not trying to create the friction off initial calls. So I really was just trying to like hope that he would just give me the information I was needing instead of just being direct with him, being like, listen, how about before I go to the property, you just tell me what I need to know about the property so that I can tell you if I'm a fit for your property and your seller. That's realistically how I should have gone about it. But I kind of just allowed him to sit in the driver's seat. And I essentially went from asking the questions to answering his, and now I'm apparently on his schedule now.
Yo, did you cry about it?
Dude, I want to.
All right. Well, I think the thing here is like, bro, just getting this person on the same side as you, working the deal with them, and remember what I said before. Take what the defense gives you. So as you're having the conversation, I'm going to ask you, what he gave you, what do you think you could have used to get him to start working the deal with him?
I'm like blanking out. This is like my ADHD coming in. Yeah, I'm just spacing it out.
So he told you that he works with a lot of investors.
Mm-hmm.
So how could you use that? How could you work with that and work with him?
I am an investor and start inserting my credibility in what I do to try to get on his list.
Nope.
No? So then I'm lost then.
Working the deal with him. How would you work the deal with him telling you that he works with investors all the time?
Yeah, the only thing that's instantly popping into my head is just saying that I'm an investor and going over, like, telling him what we do and how we do it, and that's where my brain goes.
Great. So you work with a lot of investors, meaning you sell a lot of like fix and flip properties and stuff like that? Got it. So do you like list their properties once they're finished and like see them all throughout? Really? That's so dope. So let me ask you this. With this property, the way that it is right now, how do you see an investor taking this deal down? What's the route?
And now he tells me exactly what I want to
Oh, well, you'd have to take down this wall. You'd have to do that. Okay, great. Let me ask you this. Once everything is all set for that, in your opinion, just knowing the market, what do you think this property would resell for? Oh, probably around like 650 grand. You see what I mean? Now you're working the deal with him, starting to talk numbers, starting to figure out what it is that gets this deal done. And simply like, all right, well, here's what I'm seeing. And numbers are neither here nor there. We're both, maybe around the same number or not. It's kind of, an opinionated thing, right, on where the after repair value would be. With that being said, just looking at some comps, just on our end, I don't think that we would see somewhere around 650 grand is what this thing would resell for. We actually do a lot of deals. I would say it's probably more so around like 525. At least that's just what our team is going to look at, right? So with that being said, with the property being listed at 449, what do you think the route would be for like an investor to make money on this deal?
I see what you're saying.
So at what angle did you come in to list the property at 449? What was the
like, how did
angle
you get
there?
it? Yeah, how did you get it?
Yes, exactly. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And now he's telling you all about that. And now you're figuring out if you guys are a good fit or not. You're talking through that and stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And now that avoids you having to go to a property. Because he just put you in a corner.
Yeah, he put me in a
Hey, what's going on? Oh, yeah, the best thing for you to do is come see the property. When are you going to come see the property? You're going to come see the property?
Yeah.
And he's putting you into a corner.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Rather than just standing there going, yeah, cool, I'm going to see the property. Let me ask you this. You have the property listed at 449, and you said you worked with investors a lot, right? Got it. So from your opinion, what angle do you think an investor would have to take in order to make money on this deal at 449?
That's actually such a... You know what it is, too? It's like, I feel like a lot of agents that I talk to, you know what it is that I'm so used to just saying my spiel or going across like my pitch and just getting essentially what I want. And it's like every once in a while, I'll get an agent where I get this, where essentially it's just like, no, they essentially just instantly take control. Mm-hmm. And that's what it was, that whole call, I was just sitting here I'm like, in my head, I'm like, holy, this guy literally just wants me, like I was saying earlier, it's hysterical that this ended up coming back where he's like, come to the property, come to the property, come to the property. I have no problem saying I would love to go to the property, but I have to, at that point, like you say, take control back, ask the right question.
Who is the one that's in control?
Who's the one in control? I want to be in control.
Yeah, but who is in the conversation?
The buyer?
Maybe.
How can the buyer has to be in control.
In any conversation, who's in control?
The person who wants it.
No.
What do you mean, no? You're asking it so vague. Like, in any conversation
what
with
I'm doing-
anyone ever.
The conversation that we're having right now,
Yeah.
I'm in control. How am I in control?
Because I'm answering your questions.
I'm the
not
one
sitting-
asking the questions.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I see what you're saying.
This guy is telling you, hey, come to the property, come to the property, come to the property. That's cool. Let me see what I have from the defense. Take what the defense gives you
Yeah.
and run with it. Take what he's giving me and run with it. Let me see with what he's giving me how I can direct this conversation another way.
Yeah.
So he planted a seed by saying he works with investors all the time. All right, cool. Putting that in the back of my head, right? That's just a little nugget that I could use later on. As he keeps telling me to come to the property, yeah, bro, I'm going to come to the property. Let me ask you this. I see the property listed at 449. As far as an investor goes, I mean, you work with investors all the time. What do you think the right angle for an investor would be to make money on this deal at 449? It kind of depends on what the investor would do. And, you'd probably just want to come see the property. Well, I mean, you work with investors all the time, right? From your experience, just give me a synopsis of what you think somebody would do and, where they would resell at and all that stuff.
Yeah. And then you get it right back.
Dude, at some point, he's just going to keep on having the conversation and answer the questions. It's going to be uncomfortable. He might even tell you again that second time. You should really just come out to the property and see the property. Dave, let me ask you this. Why do you want me to come see the property so bad? Well, dude, I can come see the property. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at 100 other deals. If I look at this from a 449 standpoint and I'm running comps, I'm like, dude, I'm going to go drive 20 minutes out of the office. I'm going to see this property. I'm going to be like, bro, this thing would only sell for $525.
Would this actually only, this is ARV'd 5?
I have no idea. This is why I like running comps on the fly.
Yeah.
I'm right there looking at what this thing is worth and all that right there. Mm-hmm. So I can have that conversation, especially with somebody like this. Somebody like this is a professional. It goes back to, it's almost similar to what I was telling Brendan. Bro, you got to give some sort of pattern shift, some pattern interruption. Uh-huh. You know what I mean? And that pattern interruption is going to get this conversation on another path. You're getting forced down this thing into a corner, bro. You gotta find something. You gotta press a button. You gotta do something.
Grab something and run with it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is great that conversation just happened because of our previous conversation earlier today, where you were like, "Hey, these people keep telling me to just come see the property. Just come see the property, bro." That's how you overcome that.
Yeah. It's a pattern interruption.
Exactly.
Because they're gonna keep funneling it, and they'll always, because that's all they want to do.
You use what they give you.
Yeah.